Okay, so this is part 3 and the final part of my tour, sort of behind the scenes tour of the full site subscription. So you can see on the screen now we've got 3 layers, and the full site subscription is built to run an entire marketing campaign from the top layer of email lead generation through the relationship nurture and then into the conversion of prospects into paying clients. And that's the layer, that third layer is the one that we're looking at now. So I'm just going to show you the content that I create that helps you to do that. So just to put it in context, this prospect to paying client layer really revolves around offering some kind of open clinic event, whether that's a short free mini bike fit or a musculoskeletal assessment, or it could be an educational seminar. It could be really anything that plays to your skills. So the point here is that you do something that you're really comfortable with. If your expertise is in a particular area, then pick something that works for that. And that makes this funnel, or this last bit of the funnel, quite difficult from my point of view, because I don't know what it is you're going to do. So I'm trying to give you stuff which will fit for kind of any scenario. So as I've mentioned before, all our campaigns are content, they're all education based, so there's nothing salesy about them at all. They're all about adding value to your prospective customers and your leads, the new leads that you've been warming up. So it's all a really kind of friendly, helpful, nice vibe campaign. So in this case we're looking at the rugby injuries campaign, and down in this level of the campaign, let's just zoom in here, we basically create for you an off-the-shelf PowerPoint presentation, which I will show you in a minute. We create some posters, leaflets and a postcard, which helps you to promote your event. And we also give you some social media, a social media image normally, which you can use. That's normally included in the campaign actually, so it probably won't be in this folder, but it is in the campaign that we've looked at earlier. And the last thing is the customizable sign-up page. Now this is a web page, it's a very cool bit of technology, but it's super simple, and I will show you exactly how that works. So without further ado, let's jump into the campaign itself and let's have a look and see what this looks like in real terms. Okay, so as I've shown you earlier, this is where you find all of the good content that goes with all these full site subscription campaigns. This is where you find your blog posts, your pre-written blog posts, emails, all that kind of thing, Instagram and LinkedIn images. As I mentioned, there are 2 components here which are really key for this conversion layer. First one is a PowerPoint presentation. So this is an off-the-shelf PowerPoint presentation that you can use or edit, you can chop it up, you can do whatever you want to do. Take slides out, put slides in, it's your call. And it basically is designed to allow you to run some kind of educational session, an evening session of some sort. So we give you a kind of intro slide, giving you some advice about adding a logo to things and what fonts to use if you're going to change, if you want to edit any of the text. And then very briefly, they're just slides with notes, and you can follow as much of it or as, I've nipped back to the top, as much or as little as you want to, but the idea is it's there, you can use it, and it's ideal if you want to do an evening seminar or on rugby injuries. They're always themed in the same theme as whatever the topic of the campaign is. And as I say, it's yours to edit and do as you will. This is quite a big one, clearly. I think we had 35 slides in there, but we don't always have that many, but it was quite a big topic. So that is the PowerPoint presentation, and the idea really there is you demonstrate your authority and your reputation, and it gives you a chance to build relationships with the people around you. The idea is that you promote it to a nice warm email list that you've been nurturing beautifully if you've been following the layer that I outlined above this. And you've got primed people. You target probably the people who have downloaded your lead magnets that have been rugby orientated. You've warmed those people up, and then you deliver some kind of session on the theme of rugby. So that's basically how this is designed to be used. Now while we're in here, let me just show you also the promotional material. So in here we have posters of various different sizes. So we have A1, A3 and A4, and we have them with and without a bleed. So the no bleed version, let me just open one up for you, won't have anything around the edge, and that's for you to print out on your normal printer, but if you want to have it professionally printed, which these are designed for you to do, then you would use the with bleed version, and that has all the requirements that any printer would want for a piece of proper print-ready artwork. So that's the idea with the posters, and it means that you can print the posters out, either put them on the wall, or you can put them in a stand if you've got a display stand that you can sit outside your clinic. And it just basically, it's quite generic, because as I say, it's quite difficult for me to know what you're going to be doing, but it basically says contact us for details about our events and latest resources. So it kind of leaves it open, and they can come in and they can find out what's going on. So what else do we have under there? We have an A6 postcard, so this is perfect if you've got people with addresses that you haven't been in contact for a while, that you probably haven't got email addresses for, but you could still send them a postcard. And again, we do those in print ready versions, so this is really easy to upload onto print company like Solopress or Prontoprint or any of those print on demand places. And you can also bring we give you the reverse of the card as well, which is blank, but it's all there ready for you can add text into that really easily, and you can use free tools like Canva or any text. I mean, you can even use whatever this preview tool is here. I think I could use to add in text. So it gives you a chance to describe whatever it is that you're doing, and then you would mail merge some labels out and pop them onto the postcards and stick a stamp on it, and off it goes. I've left it as open as I can do, but still obviously topic specific, because we do want them to know that it is about rugby injuries. And then there's a leaflet with basically the same principle, and if you wanted to, you could just do an A5 piece on the back of that which had details of whatever the event was or what they should do to get in touch with you. So that is the promotional material. As I say, I think there was a Facebook ad piece of artwork. There we go. The third element of the page is this customizable sign up page. So let's go and take a quick look at that. So you find that is actually a separate campaign, and usually I remember to put the link in here, but it looks like I haven't done it. So let me show you where to find it quickly. You click onto my account and you go back into campaigns, and you will find under here, this is your social media, this is where your lead generation campaigns are. If you scroll down the page past all of the pre-written campaigns, the ones that are ready to go, you have a section called customizable landing pages. Now let me show you very quickly how this works, because these are pretty cool. So you click on edit, and in here you have a landing page which is completely blank. So let's just update and preview this for a minute, and you will see basically there's nothing. There's a design, but the text is all editable. So it's on a theme of rugby, but everything is tell them what they're signing up to, add a captivating headline, add your call to action. So all of these things where there's description is text that you can change. So if we go back into the tab into Coconetic, you will see here we have a landing page heading. We have the form heading. So this is the landing page heading, this is the form heading. And whatever you type in here, I've only got one hand because I've got this going, so with the microphone on, so let me just put a bunch of Y's in there, not very imaginative. Put a bunch of X's in there. Form button text is call me. I'm just being silly, but you get the gist of what happens. So we click update, and then I think we can just go and refresh this page. And you will see that my stupid Y's are in there, my X's are in here, and it says call me on here. And then obviously, so you can edit this to suit exactly what you need to describe exactly what you're doing, because everybody's event is going to be slightly different. And the fields that we ask for are first name, last name, email address, and telephone number. It's just gone back there, hang on. The other elements of this is where you do the subheading and the page description. That is literally the name of the button, so you can make the name of the button whatever you want. You have various different calls to action, so this is what the button will do. You have a submit a form, so that would just be like your lead collection form, so that would just be, they just submit that data and it would come and sit in your leads tab here as per normal. But you also have options of book now, which is a link effectively, so you'd add in this call to action URL, so that would be just a web link. It could be to a booking system, it could be to a page, it could go to something like Eventbrite if you had the event hosted on there. So basically it's your chance to send it to any kind of URL, any kind of website or web page. Don't worry about the fact it says book now, because you can change the button text here, so you could make that book now, or you could make it whatever you want it to be. And the last one is Call Now, and this will use the appointment booking number that you've got set in your account, in your My Account area, and when they click on that button, it will, particularly if they're on a mobile device, it will prompt them they will be able to call it straight from the mobile device, which is quite cool. If they're not on a mobile device, they would click this and it would open in whatever, if you've got any kind of service that allows you to make telephone calls like Skype, for example. So that's a pretty cool little bit of functionality, and I haven't really told many people about this page, but it's very good. You can pretty much make it do whatever you want it to do. So that is the customizable landing page, and you can also, as before, trigger the autoresponder. So as soon as they submit their details, particularly if it's a form, you can trigger this email autoresponder to send them whatever information it is that you want to send them. So that works in the same way as the autoresponder on the lead collection side of things. So you would just turn that on, tell them whatever it is you want them to tell them. So that is basically how that works. You won't find any campaign media in here because this is literally just the editable web sign up page, and the setup tab is obviously irrelevant because you don't really need it. It's just literally about editing this page. Last thing you need to know is this is the link you need to give people in order to get to that sign up page. So that's the link you need to distribute in your emails or wherever you want them to go. That pretty much covers everything that is included in the funnel. Let's just pop back again to this slide which shows you the difference between what's included with the Done For You subscription and what's included with the full site subscription, and you will see that's the 12th item down there, the promotional material I've shown you, posters, leaflets, postcards, the PowerPoint presentation, pre-written blog post I covered in the previous one, along with the inbuilt email autoresponder. So I think that's pretty much the full site subscription covered. If you have any questions at all, just jump on the chat tool on my website. I'm normally around, and if I'm not, one of my team will jump in and fire away with any questions. The other thing I should mention about the full site subscription is it's geographically restricted, so I map it. I have a mapping tool, which is like a franchise mapping tool, and when you apply for your subscription, because the full site does need an application, you put in your postcode and I map around your territory, and each territory is basically made up of 40 to 50,000 people, and then I don't map anyone else within that territory, so that territory is then exclusive to you. So that is one of the things that I always forget to mention, but that comes only with the full site subscription. So hopefully that's been useful, guys. Any questions at all, jump on that chat tool and I will look forward to speaking to you. Thank you very much.